When I say this is the mall crawler edition of Marketplace Reviews, this is the mall crawling edition. I can officially say, Pavement Princesses, here we come. Hey, Jeep, truck, auto enthusiasts of all makes, shapes, types, whatever. My name is Neil with SFJ4x4.com, and this is our weekly Marketplace Auto Review. This is the series where we explore listings online. And if you're like me, I love scrolling classifieds, the marketplace. Back in the day, it was Craigslist or eBay, and looking for that next project that I don't actually need. The process of selling online as a private seller is like being lost, blindfolded in a jungle right now. There are things where you can absolutely strike it rich, but for the most part, you're going to get prickered, sweaty, lost, turned around, and everybody's going to be, is this available? Is this available? OMG. I have been trying to sell just a couple little vehicles, project stuff, thin my herd a little bit, get rid of some things. And we're not talking about selling for premium money. We're talking about, hey, let me get out of this what I put into it. Some fresh rubber, or some filters and fluids, and just let it ride off in the sunset. And yet everybody is like, "Is this available?" And then ghost you when you're like, "Yeah, come take a look at it." Or will you take? I don't mean to lowball you, but will you take a quarter of what you're asking? No, no, dude, come on now. But why do we do that? We do that because the marketplace is an unbridled jungle. And here we are with our marketplace review. And I love all things buying and selling. And I get onto marketplace and I just creep. And I'm looking around at anything from trailers, which, man alive, that's actually a good trailer. And I would legitimately be interested in that one. So I'm going to save it, come back to it. But the name of this game is specifically using one of the largest online Jeep venues called the Jeep Flea Market. And if you've watched any of the previous programs, we've done some just entry level economy things to some way overpriced stuff. And the fun piece is our guys on the production side find these listings and then send them to me. So I'm actually blind reacting or experiencing them at the same time that you are. So I look at them, and as a professional in the auto industry, I review the listing of how comprehensive or how quality that actual listing is, and I'll rank it and give it some arbitrary star rating of 0 to 5, and absolutely has the drawn on decimal point ranking. And then at the very end, I will rank, if I actually had to pull cash out of my pocket and pay for a project or pay for a vehicle, which one would be the best bang for your buck. So you, as the consumer, may or may not actually be in the market for any of these, but if you were, which one has the most value based on the listings that they have given us? So, two parts. One is, how good is the listing? And two, is it actually worth it? So, without further ado, let's jump into it. And I'm going to save this deck over trailer because I don't know, maybe I need that. Oh, baby. Okay, here we go. We're doing a thing. 2012 Jeep Wrangler, $32,000. I know that it's 2022. I know that Jeeps are commanding a premium price, but it is a 2012 Jeep, and we are talking about $32,000. And then the argument online is, well, you try and go out and build the same Jeep. Listen, folks, we're not building the same Jeep. You're building a Jeep that reflects you. It's really hard to command a premium price when, well, let's just see. Driven 84,346 miles. Seller's description. Exterior white. Yeah, it's very white. All right. I apologize if you messaged me about this and didn't get back to you. I had over 65 people message me, and I deleted all messages when I got a company check from a out-of-state guy that ended up bouncing. Well, there you go. Jeep has been paint corrected and ceramic coated. All the painted parts, glass, fender, liners, and suspension. I hope you all are seeing the picture that I'm seeing right now. This is a very white Jeep. Pedal commander, air intake, spacer, and exhaust is the only things done to the engine. 6-inch long arm. What long arm in it? What lift kit is it? All right, Adams drive shafts, 1-ton steering, Who's, Falcon shocks, lunchbox lockers, new axles, bearings, seals, ARB covers, big brake kit front and rear, stainless steel brake lines, Terraflex bumper, worn VR12S with wireless remote, never used. Yep. 20 by 12 American Forces with 40 15.5 R20 Nitto mud grapplers. Hey, I've got the same tires, not the 20s, but I got the Nittos mud grapplers on mine, 40s as well. It's a good tire. 4 or 5 interchangeable face plates, steel cowl hood, shaved wiper cowl, rear tailgate, rear wiper cowl, painted matched JW speaker tail lights, paint match door handles, mirrors, antenna, JL hood latches, all metal and hardware is powder coated to match. Onboard air with 5-gallon tank, twin Viair compressors, train horns, police siren, 5% tint all the way around. It's sure it says tint, but it doesn't, I read it. WeatherTech floor mats throughout, Alpine Restyle head unit. And then it says C-Last. So we ran out of room. I got to tell you, good write-up. Decent write-up. And I love my landscape photographs. Okay, let's get into it. So there's our Alpine restyling unit. Nice, clean, appropriate, looks good. That is very white and shiny. I don't dislike the look. It's good. It's cloth interior. Usually you don't see that. This type of attention to the outside, usually they, absolutely end up doing a leather package. Clean back, got the little sub here. Did the lawn chairs. OMG. They have white fire extinguishers. They said, we're carrying this theme throughout. Okay. Hey, airbags. Did it say that it has airbags on it? I don't remember it saying that it had airbags for towing. So are they towing with this? They actually painted these Falcon shocks. And there are lights. This Jeep has never been off-road. I don't think they care. But let's talk about the angle of this rear track bar. For 6 inches of lift, why is this rear track bar in a factory location? That's what I want to know. Can you imagine the roll center on that? I mean, I recognize that it is not a factory rear track bar, but why is it not up here at a nice flat plane of geometry? All right, I'm going to just keep on trucking. Wow. I just, as a professional of making Jeeps work well going down the road, I have questions. How do they get this shot? What is missing from this picture that is being lifted? Because right here is the winch line, and they are lifting it from somewhere up on the bump. That I gotta be honest with you, I have never seen this before. I mean, they have the Adams drive shafts powder coated white. There there was some serious work put into this. This looks like a Rusty's off-road kit. Um, how he's got the radius arm. It's fascinating. I'm stunned at this point by this Jeep. Uh, it's got some. Okay, whew, that was a crazy ride. Oh, that was a crazy ride. That one. I don't know if I love it or I hate it. I'm actually really intrigued by the all white, the attention they've done to the Jeep. At the end of the day, performance wise, what is your expectation here? Because I don't know what gears it has. It says that it has gears, but it doesn't tell me. I mean, are they 456, 488, 513? I mean, I think it's a Dana 30. I guess I didn't even pay attention. And it's rocking 40s. I mean, it is trussed. Somebody did some G2 trusses. Okay. Whew, I just have to take a break here. I'm gonna go back to focus on the listing itself. If you've watched any of my reviews before, I like to see a couple interior pictures. I like to see from a different couple corner shots. This is a nice shot. Shows me that it has a cloth interior. General idea of what the interior looks like is good. This is a nice shot from the back. A good undercarriage shot. I mean, good steering in front. This is definitely a Rusty's kit. I always love a gauge cluster shot just to give us a good idea of exactly what we're working with. And then you can't ask for a more comprehensive frame undercarriage shot than right there. I mean, this thing is whistle clean. All right, I'm going to say we're missing some critical information about who did the work, where was it done, how was it done, in what manner, what was the expectation, brands, years, that kind of stuff. This isn't bad. Who's the lunchbox lockers? Where were the axles from? What bearings were used? What one-ton steering? All that kind of stuff. That helps the consumer add value to their process. But overall, not a bad listing at all. I'm going to give this one a 4.125 stars. Honest to Pete, decent listing, good pictures. A lot of thought goes into the write-up. Best of luck to the seller on this one. We're going to move on to the next one. That's a tough one to beat. 4.125. All right. Oh, another 2012. And look how angry this Jeep is. But we got STT Pros on this one. Shiny wheels. This is like the shiny wheel, potentially pavement edition. The guys like to mess with me. All right, 2012 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport right-hand drive SUV 4-door 18,000. The U.S. Postal Office has called. They want their Jeep back. On 179,773 miles. This thing's about to kick 200,000 miles on that 3.6. Please read the complete listing. 2012 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited 3.6 V6 automatic 6-inch lift. What is up with these JKs and their 6-inch lift? If you don't know, JK at 6 inches has a caster correlation of about nothing. So unless you have a ultimate axle or a Dynatrack or a Curry corrected, caster corrected axle, maybe some of the other manufacturers out there, your caster is always insufficient to the orientation of the suspension, meaning you have too low of caster to have good road manners. That's just, you can't argue that. So 6 inches does not belong on a JK unless you need to run like 54s. All right, I'll get back to it. 37, 13.5, 17-inch tires on American Racing wheels, steel front bumper with winch. Steel. Tell me who's steel. I mean, I can see whose it is, but okay. As opposed to what? Like a plastic bumper with winch? All right, no, okay. I'm going to stay the course. Pioneer stereo with Memphis 400 amp. Okay, we can produce who the amp is. Oh, JBL speakers. Jeep has a Virginia rebuilt title to it. Bought the Jeep with a bent frame from the previous front bumper damage. Replaced the frame with a new. I've had it almost 2 years and had zero issues with it. Lift was installed after the vehicle was repaired. Listing is for $18,000 or best offer. Don't throw some crazy low number at me. Come at me, bro. Don't, or I won't respond. If it's listed on here, it's still available. Is this available? Is this available? Please send PM, text, or call. All right, good contact information there. But you didn't tell me whose Lyft it is. It's an attractive Jeep. It's got some crazy graphics going on here. I'd love to know more about those. It's a very angry Jeep. We sort of know how I feel about angry eyes. I am not a Jeep purist, but I like to see 7 slots. That's very Jeep to me. But your Jeep, your money. Strong believer in that. STT Pros, which they didn't tell me that, but I can see that. But it might be nice. Somebody tell me, how long have they been on there? How old? Anything. Throw me a bone. How do you have a 37 on this Jeep? Well, what's your spare tire carrier? Maybe I'm asking too many questions. Looks like clearly they have a hinge upgrade. So far, we've got nice landscape pictures. Look at these. Nice, clear. They waited. They found a beautiful day to do this. Under the hood shot. I like it. Another cloth interior. TPMS light is on. I need to turn that off with some type of calibration tool. Got the head unit. Got another interior here. You know what? Hey, I got to tell you, not bad, right? So as far as portrait is concerned, we only have the really 2 portrait pictures at 3. Otherwise, look at that. That's a nice picture of that Jeep. And I'm pretty happy with this one. Listing is fair. As far as information, I'm willing to bet they maybe not even know like what lift it is and what's the brand of the hold up. This is not a right-hand drive Jeep. It's not. Remember where it said RHD SUV? It's not. This is a normal left-hand drive Jeep. The more you know. That's a big one. Their listing was doing really good. It was. I was really feeling this listing, and that's a big one right there in the listing, in the title. It's going to knock this one down. This one is going to come out, I want to say, at about a 3.42 stars. Had a lot of the right pictures, had some of the right information, but then a lot of it starts to go on a wild hair for me. So, move on to the third and final Jeep. Okay, we're going to do this. Oh, baby. That is, I mean, if I have ever, this was, listen, folks, this is just the reality situation. My wife has a JL, and it is arguably a mall crawler. I have no qualms with that. We travel in it. We safely transport our family in it. It's on 37s. It has rarely seen a muddy path. And don't get me wrong, it's on beadlocks, and a Dana 30 in the front is not that special. Now, I back that up with my gnarly own personal off-road rig. But when I say this is the mall crawler edition of Marketplace Reviews, this is the mall crawling edition. I can officially say, Pavement Princesses, here we come. And we are just going to end in full swing with this urban monster, right? This is assault vehicle, urban assault. Everybody loves their tactical looks. We have Fab Fours and maybe some Smitty built have just done some stuff to this Jeep. 2021 custom Gladiator, $78,000. Totally with 2 Ys, custom Jeep Gladiator, 22-inch rims with 40-inch tires. And every body panel custom. It's an understatement. But I gotta tell you, I'm looking at doors and they look the same to me. And this rocker under this piece of little dinky armor, I promise you, is not custom. All right. Interior replaced with red diamond pattern interior. Truck has another 10G after parts listed in photos. Prob more. Prob more. Rock lights, electric running boards, winch, all new suspension, touchscreen navigation. Truck built by SoFlo in Florida and then built further in New York. All speakers replaced and 12-inch Serwin Bega, which is nope, sub under the rear seat. Hood, fenders, all one of a kind. Or you could buy them from Fab Fours. Okay. Rims made directly for SoFlo. All suspension listed in pics on a part page. Truck literally drives so smooth besides the sound of the 40-inch mud grappler tires on 22s. You can let go the wheel at 80 miles per hour and go straight. Also comes with front and back trail doors. Truck has undercarriage treatment by linseed oil and one part WD-40 as should be. Truck has Truck has sold with less options for 110 to 120s at auctions. Willing to trade for right sports car plus cash. Hawk Gladiator Jeep Delete emblem. Bed loaner bed. Rubber custom floor mats. Too much to list. Dropped from 85. Worth to sell. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna go on with it. So we've got a couple good pictures. We've got the doors open. We're sitting in a seat. I like it. We got the dash. Maybe we could blow that up and I could look to see what's going on the dash with anything exciting. This should be our, there's our monitor there. Nothing amazing. Just so we're all on the same page. It's Serwin Vega, but all right. I just don't even know what to make of this. Okay. I love the red interior. I'm a sucker for that red interior, and this throwback, roll bar inspired piece. Love it. We got this beefy look. This is looking tough. This is when we look tough with a Smitty built winch, pull cable hanging out the front. Let's come back here and look at the fact that I don't remember exactly what lift. Neither do they, I don't think, because they said just custom suspension. But here we are with what appears to be relatively factory steering linkage on it. Certainly has a reasonably factory front axle. Yep, there's that. That's attractive. I mean, if you like that kind of aggressive, come at me, bro look. Remember in the early 2000s where like the Jersey Shore boys would like fist bump? Fist bump like this, Louie. I feel like I could rock this. I would drive this down Jersey Shore, but I would have to fist bump. The reason why this needs to drive so smooth down the highway at 80 is so I could double fist bump. Are we on screenshots of screenshots? We are. We're on. Oh, you know how I feel about that. Oh, we had a lot of. There's some attractive pictures here. It's interesting. It's definitely a showstopper. You know, it's attractive to the right person, maybe. I love this. I love this. I, what are they showing us here? This is what it used to look like. That looks decent. Throw some bigger tires on it. That's a nice looking truck. Down here, this looks like some paramilitary vehicle. But maybe that's their plan. It's not bad. We got a lot of pictures. Good for them. Kill us with pictures. That is the way to go. And honestly, you took the time to do a write up. And you gave me all my corners, my pictures. Beautiful red interior, front and rear. Here's the thing: if it was built by a business, have their build sheet up. If if you have some of that receipt documentation, throw it out there, right? Show us where the value of our dollar is going to go. Um, is there any performance modification to this Jeep? Is it all just show? This was a wild ride. I thought the other two were interesting, and yet here we are with our red leather tactical Jeep. I don't hate it, but I don't love it for all things Jeep. Let's just call that. All right. I'm gonna give this listing overall. This was right in the thick. These three Jeeps have been in the thick today. I'm gonna give this listing just because there's so many things that we don't know the manufacturers of. Um, we don't know when the work was done, what was the intention, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna give this one a solid 4 stars because I'm literally speechless otherwise. All right, folks, this is the moment. We're going to do this. And just like the AKC Dog Show, where it really doesn't make sense and they just rattle off the rankings very quickly, I'm going to go ahead and rank these 3 today from, down to the best value for your dollar based on how that seller has. Oh, boy, this is going to be a tough one. How that seller has communicated their information to us. In third place, I gotta tell you, it's gonna be me. No, it's gonna be the tactical assault vehicle Gladiator. We were so close to knowing why this is worth $78,000. I'm not telling you that it's not, but I'd love for you to sell me. Tell me why. Convince me where the value for my dollar is, because it's a highly custom application that it really requires us to really buy into your vision. So I don't know that I'm there. Better luck with your sale in the future. Second value for your dollar is going to be the 2012 Wrangler Unlimited Sport with 200,000 miles and the rebuilt title. That's a tough one. 18,000 miles on a rebuilt title typically requires you to get alternative financing. While some credit unions may offer financing on rebuilt vehicles, most financial institutions don't. That means that the right buyer has to want a 200,000 mile JK and have $18,000 cash. That's typically pretty challenging. The first place value for my dollar based on what I'm getting, I'm going to go for the all white 2012 $32,000 job, mainly because price wise, it's not fantastic, but there are a lot of good things there. Plus, come on, folks, look at that picture. I don't know how they have this precariously strung up, but that's fantastic. This doesn't get a whole lot cleaner than what we see here. So if you're looking for something that already has some traction devices, that already has a big lift kit, has some parts on there that you might want to use, or maybe you just want to rip them off and resell them to the next guy, that actually is a pretty decent little Jeep. For not too much extra money, you can take like the kind of neat all white exterior, throw a decent front axle at it, some gnarly off-road wheels as far as the wheels and rubber, and you could be banging in Moab in this thing for not too much money over what the listing price is. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed this session. I've really enjoyed people who have been commenting or reaching out being like, hey, you got to review my ad next. We'd love to. When you actually say that, send us the listing. Or if you're terrified for the ad review, well, let's hope that it's good, better than some of the ones that we've had on this series, and that you're learning something in the process of being able to sell your vehicle factually, accurately, and, with integrity, so that the person who's buying it from you, hey, really sees the value in your Jeep, your vision, and you get to laugh your way to the bank in a good way. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this. You can find us at sfj4x4.com or obviously on YouTube, Facebook, Insta, so on and so forth. Make sure you smash that notifications bell. Get notified when we update our podcasts, our walk around videos, what's going on in the shop here. And until the next time, make sure you're taking landscape photos and Jeep on.